Alright, here we are with day one of Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O or something like that. This is the Steam version. I'm going to show you the graphics that we're rocking. So I'm using an RTX 2080 Super. We're on 2560 by 1440p, 60 FPS, VSync on. My graphics are basically the highest settings for everything that it has. And I'm using DLSS with quality mode. We aren't using latency mode or anything like that. And we're gonna start. Okay, so the first thing to note with Virtua Fighter is there is absolutely no story mode. So if you were hoping for a story mode because of what you saw in some of the trailers, no, there is no story mode whatsoever. It's basically designed for online because the first mode you see is ranked and then room match, which those two should be bundled together. It shouldn't take up this much space. Personally, I'm against this. I really don't like this, and I am disappointed with this because I don't like online gaming. I think it ruins gaming because it prioritizes the adrenaline rush versus actually putting quality into your damn game. I'm not all for the dopamine hit of just like, oh, let's go online and fight like our family's honor depends on it. That's a personal thing. They have a tournament mode which isn't ready day one. It just says preparing, I guess. I don't even know what that is. But I would imagine it's more online garbage, which I don't want. Again, you have most of this is just all online. Lame. You have training mode, which in training mode you can do free training or command training. And you have offline versus, but you can only play with a second person. So if you don't have a second person with you, you're not going to be able to take advantage of the game the way you would want to, which I think is very stupid, very limiting. It's the old way of doing things with fighting games that nobody likes. Who wants a fighting game where you literally, the only mode you have if you're an offline player is literally arcade? For that, I would say don't buy the game, because you're just basically playing an arcade mode. And that's the only mode you have offline if you don't want to live online. I think that's very short-sighted, very stupid. Personal opinion here, but I'll digress, and we're going to look at how the gameplay actually is now. I can tell you visually it is very beautiful, very impressive, and on the Samsung S95D here, it looks absolutely amazing. Again, it's PC, so visuals, we can expect nothing less but the best. That's just kind of the game with PC. You can always expect to take advantage of the full quality that games are supposed to be at, which is why I like PC so much. But I will be very transparent here. Like, the release is very disappointing because, like, even in the trailer, like, the visuals just had a certain kind of polish that I'm not seeing here. Like, especially when they did that weird little hand-to-hand combat scene. We all knew that wasn't going to be actual gameplay, but it's so far off from what the final game is. This is like Xbox 360, PS3 era gameplay. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just, you know, they kind of made it look like a next-gen kind of experience with the way that they, I would say, falsely advertised. I would, because this is nothing close to that experience. But that's not to say that the experience is bad. Again, we're not apologizing for anything either, though, because, you know, it does feel like some old bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. That, like, your only real mode, again, offline, is fucking arcade. Who the fuck wants that? Like, I mean, it's $15 on Steam for a reason. I mean, because they knew they were gonna do this bullshit, right? But I think that all games, like, literally should come with a try before you buy, so that if you don't like it, you just get your money back. And, like, the trial period should be fair. Like, you shouldn't be able to play more than, I think, like, maybe 15 to 30 minutes of the game to figure out if you want to play it or not. But there should be some way of seeing this kind of stuff before you buy the game, because look at what you're dealing with, you know. You have, like, no modes. Like, it's bare bone. It's basically like an alpha that you're playing. That's what it really feels like. An alpha that they charge $15 for. Which I can't be too mad about. I mean, it's a fighter. If you want to go through the gauntlet and do the arcade stuff, you can. Or you can just live online. I personally don't like online gaming. I can't stress that enough. Like, I feel like with online gaming, it just ruins the fun of gaming, because you're stuck in these ultra sweaty matches that like nobody needs to be in. Like, there are better things in life to do, in my opinion, than to sit in there. But like a contest of like who could be the sweatiest player. Like, I'm so good. But that's me. But as you can clearly see, colors on the S95D are immaculate, especially on that last arena there. And the facial textures, you see like every little pore, every little detail. So graphically it is impressive, and this arena looks very vibrant, very beautiful with the colors. I can't say graphically I'd want too much out of it, because it does look good. It's just, they did kind of cheese a little bit when they were like showing the gameplay. Like, you see that little exchange there, you kind of have, but that's the closest thing you'll get. It's a very like Dollar Tree version of what we saw in the trailer, where there was this whole like almost like Sifu like level of like martial arts hand-to-hand combat, but in a fighting game. I don't know why it's so hard for them to replicate that, but I guess it is. See, like, he's just parrying everything with that. But it's very arcadey, for people wondering. Gameplay is flowy though, I will say. Like, I mean, if you like the old school arcade style, you'll love this, but you will find again that the disappointment of it being kind of bare bones will be there. But like these, even like the start screen renders, they are pretty impressive, not gonna lie. And what I like is like, it doesn't have that thing that most games do, where when there's an in-game render, it's so far off from what the actual gameplay footage would be like. Like, the in-game render would be like so high res, and the gameplay footage would just look like crap, or the game model would look like crap compared to the render. But that's not what happened. They actually, it would appear to me as that they took the render from the in-game model, which I think that's brilliant, because that sets expectations and keeps them exactly where they should be, and not like having people wondering like, what the hell. But again, for people also wondering like between Dead or Alive or something like this, Dead or Alive is going to be vastly superior every day of the week. So if you were wondering if this is like more of a Dead or Alive type Tekken type deal, it is not. It's its own thing, really. Like, you use the A button and the B button on an Xbox controller to attack. It's very weird. Normally you're supposed to use like X and Y. So it does make it a little bit more of a learning curve. And you don't jump by just pressing up. You jump by pressing like up and the X button together, which I think is very stupid. It really, it's a very confusing fighting game. I can't stress how like confusing it can be, with like breaking away from fighting game norms is what I would say to that. But it's a good looking game though, and it's fairly difficult enough for people who want a challenge, so you don't have to worry about like it being too boring, too easy. You have good difficulty there. I'm on the default difficulty, nothing too crazy, and I'm just going through and doing a couple of matches. I think one of the big things though with this game, I mean, I'm saying it and I can't stress it enough, it is highly disappointing that there is no story mode. It feels like a total like missed opportunity, like to revamp and redo, but who knows? We'll see. Maybe they'll do it with the next game. Beautiful arenas though. If I'm being honest though, this does feel like Dollar Tree Tekken. It does. Definitely feel like Dollar Tree Tekken. Like Tekken, this is obviously like inspired by Tekken. And it feels like the Dollar Tree version of that game. Like, the way the characters move, the way they do things in the game, it feels like a Dollar Tree Tekken for sure.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Colors look good though, as I've said. I mean, true RGB, quantum dot color, can't beat it. Self-emissive display. You're just not gonna find better as far as what your games could look like. And on Steam, with this game, it's definitely a treat. So you get an idea of what that looks like here. Even though I'm getting absolutely baked right now. I got cooked.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Bitch. Oh, nice throw. Okay. We've redeemed ourselves from our loss. Now we have this character that we're fighting, which is a weird looking character, I guess. It's just a metal thing, like a clone of some sort.
Ready, go!
It's a ripoff of Dead or Alive, how you had that unbeatable character. The blue character, I think it was like, I don't know, it was like Alpha maybe, or like a number, like a bunch of numbers and shit. I don't know. Did that fucking thing just grow? What the fuck was that? Oh, it suplexed me. What the fuck? It's a wrestler now? What the fuck? That's irritating.
Ready, go!
And it seems to have like all the fastest combos too. Okay, this is starting to feel like a very unbeatable character. And so yeah, there's Dural, the unbeatable character for me at the moment. That's ridiculous. Well, I lost. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown staff. I don't care. And that's basically all there is to the game. Like, in 12 minutes you get the entire experience if you're an offline player. You could go online, but again, all that awaits you is sweatiness. I mean, like every online game ever. So that's literally it. It's very short. I mean, there's a customization feature where you can change things, but I mean, literally you only have 1 out of 2 outfits, and if you want to change the outfits up, I mean, maybe later they'll give you more hair options, because in the game, as you can clearly see, it's literally not even finished. It's an unfinished game. You have hair/hat options that don't exist. Maybe they're gonna a la carte it with a fuck ton of DLC later. Same thing with clothing. Same thing with the belt and the pants. I mean, the pants are about the only thing you could change in the fucking game. Shoes. Again, you could change the color of your shoes. You have nothing for the arms. You have, maybe you can add earrings. That's about it. Lucky you, you can add earrings, okay. I mean, are you really gonna notice that in a fucking fight? No. I mean, and that's literally how it plays out, right? Like, it's all about online, it's all about DLC. It's kind of like, this game is everything that gaming shouldn't be, you know, because it's very clearly set up for the DLC. Very clearly. And it's stupid, because it's a half-baked, unfinished product. It has good graphics, it has good gameplay, but it's ruined by the direction that they took for it. That's just the real. But you got to see it on Steam, the Steam version of Virtua Fighter 5, R.E.V.O, or whatever. And hopefully this helps you guys see what it looks like on the Samsung S95D. Thanks so much for watching, the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.